No, Cynthia, it's not what we normally do. We don't sit around and count the number of tornadoes that we have on the radar. There's really no time for that. The National Weather Service will go back and do that. But at one point, we could have had, just from recollection, we could have had a dozen or 14 tornadoes within the state, within about an hour's time there. So there were numerous, and many of them, unlike most situations, many of them touched down today, which is fairly unusual too. I want to show you some video. One of our videographers, Brian Wallace, was out today. We first put Brian in Bessemer, and then the storm went over Bessemer and then moved over Jefferson County more or less just as a wall cloud. Didn't have a whole lot of identity with the tornado. And then he followed this storm from behind, from the southern end of it. He followed it on up into Argo, and this is just to the right side of the road if you're traveling north on I-59 or the east side when the storm became a tornado. And you're watching the beginning stages of it right here in Argo as it moved on across the hill and was looking a little unorganized there, and then started to form a funnel and then touched the ground. I think right here is where it really started to kick up, Cynthia, and became a decent-sized tornado as it moved on across the road, crossed over the roadway there, rain falling heavily. Watch on the very lower part of your screen there. Watch the wind start to pick up even right there at the interstate and start filtering in the inflow into the storm. It was tremendous there, and debris started to fall. And look at the trees. You see the trees separate right there? And a lot of these trees breaking off about 15 feet above the ground. But this is what a tornado looks like, the kind of damage that we saw there in Argo at that church. That's what caused it, this tornado right here. And Brian Wallace shot that for us today.